just cried yourself to sleep and you let this listen, while you're going to bed as white noise to just make you drown out your sorrows.
He doesn't have a mic, so he's playing Charlie Chaplin today.
You can use your pointer.
That is how many football fields. Yeah. Cool things we're doing in 2025.
I was about to sing a song or something, but
antennas need to be treated like a plant. I don't know what a kilometer is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a special edition of Diving into Mobility with Dillon. We're on site at Parsec's headquarters that we spoke with a couple weeks ago, that you guys took some huge interest in the antennas and the technology, or you just cried yourself to sleep and you let this listen, while you're going to bed as white noise to just make you drown out your sorrows. But we have Mike and Corey back with us today. Huge feedback from our last podcast with them, and lots of questions and answers to come from these experts. We brought samples, and I'm gonna have these guys do a lot of the presenting today. Our goal today is kind of go through the more DIY, these normal business customers that don't have technicians of their own, to the budgets to send out our technicians to do installs. So I want to thank these guys for having me. I'm going to turn it over to Mike and Corey, let them kind of dig through, and then I'll just be butting in for some Q&A, some questions from our partners, OEM and Verizon teams.
Hi, I'm Mike Neenan, CEO of Parsec. This is Corey, our sales guy. He doesn't have a mic, so he's playing Charlie Chaplin today. Dillon, honored to have you here. Love working with CTS. Let's start good, better, best. This is our Chihuahua. You do 5-in-1 4G, 2-cell, 2 Wi-Fi and GPS. And it is a through bolt. So very rugged. We're going to do another podcast on this later this month about what a rugged antenna is. Very well-built antenna, IP67 waterproof, in stock, been shipping these since 2015. Great product. The next size up, 4G, 2-cell, 2 Wi-Fi, GPS, huge seller, priced really well, in stock, made in the United States. The only antenna manufacturer is Parsec that 100% tests every antenna. These are stalwarts of the industry. This is the Husky antenna, 5G, meaning 4-cell. All our antennas are 6-to-6. So even though 4G is really 2-cell and higher frequencies, not all the way up, right? These are full 5G bands, 600 megahertz to 6 gigahertz. Corey, show us the 5G, which we're running a special on, the 5G Akita. How is that a DIY?
You get it out of the package, screw in these suction cup, wall, pole. It comes with everything you need. This is not even glass.
This is our Thunderbird. We've been told and believe this is the highest performance paddle antenna, patented by us, and it's really high performance. The size is bigger. There's a reason for that, right? You get really good signal path on this. So this is just a screw in to the router. So it's also really a DIY.
Yep.
In case you don't want cable runs.
Yeah. Righty-tighties. You needed them.
Running a special in stock.
I'll butt in before people get too lost. So a common use cases we always ask is, of course, FWA, fixed wireless access, mobility on a job trailer, vehicle, 18-wheeler. I'm a huge fan of good, better, best. I've worded that to you guys in the past. So all three of these, we can go bolt mount to a vehicle, to a trailer, to a shop, what have you. Cabling in on all these is going to come through the through bolt. And then, as you guys told me earlier, they're all can come wall mounted with
a bracket,
basically a large L bracket. It can sit like this on the side wall of the building, or and this is kind of that common rinse and repeat of that 4G, 5G antenna. Each one, correct me if I'm wrong, this one 5G as well.
It's 5G bands, meaning 600 megahertz to 6 gigahertz, but it's two 4G.
Smallest guy, let's gear this towards smaller 4G only devices that are kind of that mobility aspect, or the very rural areas. But even the rural areas, we can start judging distance to towers. As I've learned today from these guys, is we want to think, how far are we from that nearest tower? Verizon MSA or engineer can assist in running those towers and think, oh, you're 5 miles away, not a half mile in a metro area. Another thing, 5G antenna, right? So 4-cell produces Wi-Fi or does not produce Wi-Fi?
No Wi-Fi on that.
Okay, so basically you're still going to capitalize inside in that shop your router's Wi-Fi. Ooh, I like that. Your router's Wi-Fi and internal GPS, like one of the OEMs with an internal GPS, which most do these days. Then there's your 4 cellular cables. So you can run that down. If this was really DIY, you got some electrical tape, or run it through a conduit, leading to your building, just know, you want it to make sure that this is outdoor rated as well. Outdoor rating.
Absolutely. It is IP54, meaning water can ingress and egress. We've never had one returned. It's manufactured, so it's called Humiseal. On every solder joint and every antenna element, it's waterproof inside.
Okay.
So that's how we...
One of my favorites is the paddle antenna. Nobody ever thinks to, let me just swap from my OEM stock antenna to a stronger, higher performance paddle antenna. And the fact that we sell these for under $20, $25, depending on how many routers you've purchased, why not increase the normal performance? Not necessarily going to increase the performance as well as an external antenna, but say you're just in a normal office building, you get great coverage already, but you want even better. Why would you not? You only need 4. There are Wi-Fi ones available for about the same price. So
We've been told by a few key partners that boosts about 25% just with swapping out. Think of turbocharging your router with our screw-on. It's patented Parsec technology.
Yep. Easy pairing with a no-cost router, pay a couple of bucks, at least increase the performance without having to go install something outside. So what's the big thing?
Speaking of install, let's talk about the NEMA enclosures. The problem is you spend all this money on the enclosure, the things that go inside of it, but you think about the antenna as an afterthought. So we started from the ground up. We said, let's build it so it's really high performance antennas, and then you can still do your NEMA enclosure.
I'm gonna model it for you. You can use your pointer.
Modular design, all our antennas, patented technology. Antennas up in here. Fans, it's for cable. You could run as long as cables you want. Ethernet, power over Ethernet, depending on routing, up to 350 feet. Everything remote, taken care of, lockable. It's gray. The reason it's gray is you don't want people to know what's inside. Security's big. So this is part of our zero touch DIY stuff. You could buy this from CTS and install it on a bracket. We have a one-man, one-person bracket, which is an accessory, $129 accessory. You can put it together on the ground, climb up the ladder, and put it on with just one hand, slides right in. Really well built. Again, this is 100-mile-an-hour wind rating, right? So don't really have to worry about that with all the weather. So this is what we consider a DIY, right? You can buy it fully assembled, cameras, solar power, options CTS can offer you.
So Mike, say I want this for a parking lot, pool area, or a construction yard. We've talked about adding a solar panel, but if I wanted 4G, or does it come like this, or does each unit dictate a different model?
It is modular design, so you can have with or without Wi-Fi, 4G or 5G, 2-cell or 5-cell, up to 6-cell. Our newest version is we're coming out with, now that it's 2025, is going to have 8-cell in it.
Okay.
So you put both Verizon and one of the other carriers in it. No interference. That's part of our IP strategy, and that's why people use Parsec. That's also the same package as our 8-cell Great Pyrenees, which is a Rockstar antenna as well, right?
So what are y'all seeing on Wi-Fi broadcasting on this? Like if it needed in a work yard.
Some people don't want Wi-Fi because it's easy to break into, right? But now you have remote locations, like you said, there's no signal out, remote construction site, really no signal. You want more Wi-Fi. We have new patented technology. So what it is, it gives you extended Wi-Fi. So not just like school bus Wi-Fi, but oil fields, remote sites where we want Wi-Fi. We're not worried about somebody stealing our technology. We just need service, right? So with the router inside, we've got Wi-Fi antennas that extend the range up to 700 feet, which is fantastic. We've also measured that up to 1,100 feet. 1,100 feet of Wi-Fi. So that's, just think of how big that is, how many football fields.
Yeah.
Cool things we're doing in 2025. Also with Bluetooth.
So think on just a configuration assembly front. This doesn't mean you're ordering from them. You're ordering the router from us. We're activating it. We can take that router from Austin, ship it to these guys for a small added cost. They're going to assemble it all. So where it ships to you, it's plug in your power, you're ready to go.
Where are we? Plano,
Texas. I was about to like sing a song or something, but so think Austin warehouse, shipping up to Plano, day delivery. As long as we don't have any snow, ice blizzards, then it could be 3 months. Where I'm seeing this become popular is job sites that they want to broadcast Wi-Fi outside. I've talked with these guys today about a small solar panel so that it's self-sustaining. You don't have to worry about running some 300-foot extension cord. We don't want any hazards. We don't want extension cord running or a surge happening and it messes up your router. So our goal is to make this self-sustaining to where I can give you that bundle, rinse and repeat.
What this is obviously this MSRP on this is $1,099, right? So it's a little more expensive, very heavy duty, has a lock, also has 6 screws. So this is very secure, right? Whole idea of this is we're all worried about zero trust, authentication networks. Now this physically can't be hacked. Well, it's plastic. It can take a real lot of effort to compromise this network.
It's plastic?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's hard. It's heavy,
It's
right?
aluminum.
Yeah. Well, there's metal in it, but it's very, very rugged.
I think we had one other thing to promote today, a very hot ticket item for us.
Springer Spaniel. This is for retail locations where they don't want something cabled. They have good window openings, beauty salon, law office, real estate office, where they want networks. They don't want to have to spend money, put stuff up, hang it out, have stuff. They can put this right on the table and no one's going to know what it is.
Yep.
That's cool because it's like an easy bake oven, patented technology from Parsec, right? The router goes underneath, antennas up top. You place it on the table. No one really knows what it is. And then the cable, yeah, it's
As
5G or 4G.
One of the Verizon team earlier said, looks like a doorbell, you know?
Old school.
It blends in. You never know what's inside.
It's a hide. These are all hide in plain sight technologies that want to be out, treated like a plant, have openings to a window, whereas the routers want to go in the manager's office under a bookcase, hidden. Antennas need the exact opposite. The antennas need to be treated like a plant, access to windows, sunlight, so you get reflected signal.
For those use cases of lawyer offices, medical offices, where it's like, hey, this could sit on, you know, one of those entry tables or something like that to provide a guest Wi-Fi even, or, you know, maybe you apply adhesive to the bottom and somebody can't run away with it.
Or Velcro.
So, or Velcro, yeah. So cables coming out here, correct?
Just your power cable.
Oh, just your power cable.
Just your power cable.
So because our device is internal, I forgot
Correct.
about that.
Yeah.
So guys, your device, your router is in producing Wi-Fi, and then the antenna itself is producing your cellular, you know, performance.
Yeah, we have lots of other solutions. We could talk all day about antenna solutions.
Get us on a call. Let's do discovery. Figure out where they're trying to put it, how they want to mount it, the tower relation to their building. Are they a 4G, 5G site? What's their budget? All those encompass the goal of the customer, not just the quickest thing we can get out to them. Find the right solution the first time. I'll leave it to you guys for final words.
Now that it's 2025, we got volume in everything we've showed you today. You get Parsec performance level now at a really low cost.
Guys, any 10-second preview of what's to come for some of the things I've brought up today that you're allowed to disclose or not allowed to disclose, or any specific units, or do we want to keep?
Great questions. We're doing POTS replacement. We have POTS replacements antennas. We're coming out with new marketing slicks. What's really cool is the Dalmatian. We also have a mini Dalmatian, which is also, like I said, we could fit up to 8 cell on this now. But the mini Dalmatian is basically a third smaller, lower cost. And it's for more of those applications that are bare bones. You don't want to put all sorts of extra stuff in it. It's lower cost, high performance. This technology is for remote stuff. Parsec behind me, right? Parsec's play on words. It means distance. So everything we do is to create more distance. And this is definitely a distance related thing. But now we have C-band, right? And so with C-band, it's about capacity. It's very wide capacity. So really the Dalmatian Mini is going after real C-band, high performance, not as far distance. Good for 10 or 20 miles. Most antenna manufacturers really focus on 0 to 5 miles, but we're in America now and everything's distance related, right? So
I
it's
want to
farther
speak in
distance.
kilometers. You know.
Exactly. I don't know what a kilometer is.
I love that about this one to come. And then also, just Corey threw it at me the other day for a popular unit I take care of a lot, a 6-cell router. These guys will also be, in the very near future, be having an antenna specifically built just for that. So, yay or nay on that?
That's our next podcast.
All right, that'll be
That's
the
our
next
next
one. There is a 6-cell device with 6 cellular antennas. We'll get that taken care of. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you listening, and thanks, Mom, if you're still tuning in.
And Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
When is it too long to like you?
Say